Hi, and welcome to Miss L Creations. Today we're going to make a thin blue line flag, and this time we are going to do a blue one. I made a red, white, and blue, a traditional flag. I'll put a picture of it here on the screen for you, and it sold fairly quickly. And this time I want to do a thin blue line, but for that one we're going to have to do it a little bit different than we did the last one. So I'm going to speed you up while I fill in all of these crevices with black, and then I'll be right back to show you what we're doing different.
Heroes walk among us every day, and quiet strength in every step they take. We're standing tall so others feel safe. From Miss L Creations, we say thank you for the courage and the work you do. Every badge, every call, every sacrifice made to the heroes in every line. We're grateful today.
I have mixed up some more resin. This is 6 ounces, and this says it holds 5 after you add the color, but I always add just a little bit more just in case for whatever reason my resin's having a coronary and it doesn't mix right, or probably user error, but we're going to go with that. Into my resin I added some pearl white for the stripes. And for the thin blue line flag, you have a stripe that runs right underneath your stars. So I'm just going to get me one of my favorite brushes. And we're going to use the Assure. I was informed one of my last videos I mispronounced it, so I think I got it right now. Assure. And we are going to paint the blue. I didn't mean that snarky. I appreciate it if I'm mispronouncing something or not saying or quoting or whatever something correctly. I am all about you guys helping me out and making me make it right. So I appreciate that. Especially when it comes to this kind of stuff, because, you know, I'm not that girly girl person, so I don't I don't know the color names probably quite as well as most girls maybe. Oh man, I just barely need just a smidgen more. I'm being super careful because I don't want a lot of this floating around in my white resin. I only want it right there in between those stripes, and I want it to match up with the black stripe and the stars on that end. And that should do it, except I went over just a little bit right there. Alright, I'm going to clean that up, and then we're going to dump our white resin in. And that should be it. It should be done. I really need to get me some of those pointy Q-tips where I can get into these really fine little bitty areas. This one should work. Yeah, we'll be alright. Oh, crikey. Now I got a line down in that. I'm going to fight that back and forth, aren't I? There we go. That should do it. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and just wipe it off of my black, just so it doesn't overflow into any of the rest of it. And I went ahead and I've drained my paddle into this, so we do have just a little bit of white around the rim, which it's fine. And I'm actually going to pour this down around the rim so that it doesn't stir up that blue mica. Hopefully it doesn't anyway. So I'm going to pour it in nice and slow. I ran it through my debubbler for 9 minutes, my Resiner's debubbler. And we're going to let that fill into the edges, and then we'll go over the top with it. Nice and slow. Go over my stars. You know what? I'm going to spray those very lightly, just... Oh, I hope I didn't screw up my blue. Actually, I'm going to stay off of that for just... No, I'm not. I don't want any bubbles around my stars. That seems to be the only place I get it in this mold, is right around those stars. All right, then we're going to go back to pouring it in nice and slow down here. Okay, now we're just going to dome it. This side's just a smidgen lower. Or, yeah, lower than the other side. So I'm going to put it up on a popsicle stick, just like a coffee stick. It's barely like an 1/18 of an inch thick. It's super thin, but it's just enough to help me get leveled out here. And I'm going to call that good. I'll mix a little bit of color into this, pour it into our pendant mold, and we'll be back to unmold this. I went ahead and unmolded all of our extras, and on the back of the taller rectangular ones, I just added a flat back bail so we could turn those into a necklace. And then I poured two of these larger rectangular ones and 2 of these smaller ones, and thought I would make a dangle earring out of them, or yeah, dangle earring, whatever you call those. I used to wear them all the time when I was in high school, you know, back in the 90s. And all I did is I took, this is just one of those screw-in hooks, and my trimmers have been fairly nice to me this morning, so we'll see it. You can already see they're starting to get mad, all this delicate, intricate work. It's like, what are you doing, lady? We are not doing this. I just take some E6000. I'm almost out of it. I need to get some more. And on the bigger one that I want on the bottom of the earring, I put it in the top. And in this smaller one, I put it in the top and the bottom, because one is going to hold the hook for the earring that you put in your ear, and the one on the bottom is going to connect to that one. I don't do jewelry very often, very rarely actually. Because of my trimmers, they just don't work well together. But I think these are going to be super cute. And then I just have a little round piece here. And you want to make sure you put them on the same way. So the top, what you see is the front of the earring. So I'm going to put the front towards me. And then I'm going to put the front of this one towards me. And then grab another pair of pliers. They're so slippery. They slide around really easy. Of course, these are screwdrivers, or excuse me, these are pliers with no grip on them because I don't want to mark up the metal. And I have the loop bent from side to side, so as it's round, instead of prying it apart, I went this way with it, so that when you put it back together, you just pin the pieces back together, and it works just like that. And then on our top piece, I just need a hook earring. I'm just gonna twist this just a little bit to open it up. And then we'll take our earring and make sure this is the back of the earring facing you, so I want the back of the earring here. Nope, I turned it around. I want the front of the earring facing backwards. And you just pinch it shut. And you have this cute little set of earrings. I'll put some backs on it to hold it on there. Oh my goodness. I'll get you some still pictures, but you can kind of see what that's supposed to look like. There we go. Like that. And then that will go with this one, and I'll go get me a rope necklace for that. I'll be right back. Just drop that chain down in there. And there we go. Isn't that cute? Oh my goodness, I love that. All right, the other set that I have, set that to the side. And the other set is more of an oval. Put my cap on this because I'll forget and then I'll end up drying out what I do have left. And then I took the smaller oval earrings and I just put a stud earring on the back. And then I have this one that is a teardrop. And I also just put a stud on the back. And we'll do the same thing with it. So I'll take the black rope necklace. And these cards, I just cut these on my Cricut. If you want a pattern for that, I am happy to give that to you. Just drop me a comment down below and I'll put the pattern. I don't know how to do that. I'll figure out how to put the pattern on for you. And then you just put it on your Cricut and it cuts the whole thing out for me. So that's nice. And I cut 2 holes in this card so that I could put both sets of earrings in there. And again, I got to put the backs on them. But I know for a fact I'm not going to be able to get that done on here without shaking to Pete. And there you go. You got a couple sets of earrings and that really pretty little pendant there. So, again, I don't sell these. I don't even put them in my shop. I am not a jewelry maker, but those are sure cute. All right, now to the main event. I am a little concerned about that blue mica powder. I know it's going to stay on our flag, but is it going to be brilliant enough to stand alone, or am I going to have to use paint and paint that? I don't know the answer to that. Hopefully it's good enough to stay on its own, because otherwise if I paint it on there, I'm going to want to seal it, especially since you're putting stuff in it. And you don't want to be manhandling paint. Oh, that actually looks really nice. Oh, wow. I love that. That looks fantastic. I bet a chrome powder would have looked a lot better. It would have stood out. Not looked better, it would have stood out a little bit more. But for what it is right now, that looks phenomenal. Oh my gosh, I love that. Alright guys, that's it. That's all I got for you today. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a fantastic day. If you enjoyed today's video, please give us a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button. Hopefully we've earned your subscription today. And I guess until next time, we'll see you then. Take care. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
From Mass Sale Creations, we say thank you for the courage and the work you do. Every badge, every call, every sacrifice made to the heroes in every line. We're grateful today.